Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 days of a broken pipe in our basement, I am back. I am frustrated beyond belief. I hate it when my plans get messed with. And they've been messed with this entire damn week. It's been from one thing to another, and then the flood. Started last night. Couldn't get a hold of the landlord. Trying to figure out where the leak is coming from. Finally find it. Landlord messages this morning and tells my wife that we need to shut off the main valve. Can't find the main valve for the life of me. So I'm sitting here ready to get my canoe ready and my oar, and in case drowning, I can swim pretty good, but when you're in the dungeon, the water gets a bit murky, and you end up fighting for your life because of all the crap that's floating around in the basement. So, after 3 hours of the landlord finally showing up and working on the damn thing, problem solved. I don't have to worry about drowning. I don't have to worry about kayaking. I don't have to worry about swimming in sludge water. So, we're all good here at Pillar to Post. Now, the water stayed in the back room here in the basement, so it did not come even near my equipment. But with all the traffic of the landlord walking through and all the banging and everything that he was doing, trying to fix the pipe, I held off on doing the Fantasy Wrestling League that we're doing here on Shooting from the Hip and Pillar to Post. And so, this is me telling you that I'm ready to do a live stream within, you know what, I'm going to say around 7 o'clock, because it's already going on 5. I got to barbecue some supper up, got to do some pork chops and some baked potatoes, and have a great meal, and then I'll be ready. My mind should be settled by then, all the stress and all the frustrations finally filtered out, because I'm going to have a beer along with my supper. And, this guy's going to be feeling really damn good then. And then we're going to kick off the Fantasy Wrestling League with SmackDown. SmackDown is my show. That's my roster. And this is the way I would book SmackDown week in and week out. And this is going to be a series. I don't know how long the series is going to be, but we're going to have fun with it. And I have to talk to Red. Red's going to set up his next show. He did his show. He just basically talked us through it on last week's episode of Shooting from the Hip. So this week he's going to put his matches together. He's going to send them my way. I'm going to set it up in the PS4. I'm going to live stream it. I'm going to do the commentary. I want to make something very clear. I haven't done commentary for 12 fucking years. So if I'm rusty, I want you to bear with me, because I will improve quickly. It's just that long of an absence away from commentary work, and I used to do commentary for a lot of stuff, for wrestling things like I'm doing now, and it's just 12 years ago, man. Look at the grays here. I'm not old, but it's starting to look like Santa Claus is showing up here. So just bear with me. I'm going to try and make it as exciting as possible. Now, on to the second topic. This is the one that a lot of my viewers are interested in, and this is the indie fed that I'm putting together for the 2k17. Now, when I say indie fed, this means one-off characters. These are characters you won't see in the actual wrestling world indie circuit. I'm not talking about guys like Puma from Underground, or NJPW guys like Omega and the Young Bucks. I'm talking about getting a community together. There is an app on Facebook called Wrestler Unstoppable, and I've got a lot of friends there. I used to run eFeds, and now they have the feds right in the game, which I think it kind of took away from it all. It's not as good as it used to be. So what I'm doing is I'm inviting people from the Facebook wrestling app, and I'm creating those characters that are involved, that want to be involved in this project. As well as this goes out to all wrestling related content podcasters and viewers. If you want your wrestler, if you have a wrestler already made and it's already uploaded to the PS4 network, and you want to get involved, put it in the comments below. I will download your character and I will add it to the roster. Podcasters. This goes out to guys like Chris Danker, JD from New York, even Joe Cronin. I don't know if Joe Cronin has a character, but if he does, I'd like these guys to be involved. Grimm's Toy Store as well. I'm going to be contacting these guys. I want to get everyone involved. I want to build this community up and this independent federation. Now, there is a name for it already. I'm just going to reveal it once I'm set. The roster is already about 20 people strong, and that is mainly from Facebook, the Facebook wrestling app. Now it's time to get the YouTubers involved, and I've already got 1 or 2 involved now, so that is kick-ass for Pillar to Post's indie wrestling scene. So I'm going to contact those podcasters. If you are also doing a show and you want your wrestler to be involved, like I said, put it in the comments below, man. I am here to build this community up and make it as strong as possible. I'm trying to build a connection with you guys. Finally, I've got the PS4, and finally I get to do some projects I've been wanting to do. Also, I wanted to work on it all week. I didn't get to the car, but next week, during the daytime when wrestling's not on television and I've got no news to report on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I will be working on the Polera project, and I will be filming it and making sure that I upload that for the gearheads that are on this channel. And if you love old cars, this is a 1968 Dodge Polera. It's got a 318 sitting in her. We have done a lot of body work already. I have had to rebuild quarter panels, almost the entire floor of the car. I've got to build almost the entire trunk. And I've done body work already. I've done a lot to it, and we're going to be customizing the interior of this car. Now it's going to end up being a satin black finish when we're done with it, and the interior is going to be a black and purple. This is my 16-year-old son's car. I bought it for his 16th birthday, and he just turned 16 in April. So we're trying to get this car done and ready by the end of summer, and by then he'll have his beginners, and he'll be able to drive his car. So that's what we're aiming for here on Pillar to Post. And as always, your wrestling content is always going to be here. Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and when I can catch it, when I'm not too damn busy or I don't forget, Lucha Underground. I was pissed off this week. I missed the show. I have been trying to figure out another way to watch it. I have not been able to find anything, or else I would have done a review show on that. Thursdays to Sundays. As always, I will bring you news and rumors on the days where they actually have news. Today's slow. I haven't actually looked today because I've been really damn busy with the flooding in here and everything. So, I pray there's going to be something. But, I'm going to say 7 o'clock tonight. I live in Canada, Ontario, Canada, and it is 4:50 right now. So, in roughly 2 hours, I will begin streaming, and sadly, I don't have enough equipment, or else I would do the show and edit it so that way that I didn't have to deal with all the loading times that this game has. But I don't have all that good equipment, so we're going to live stream. We're going to bear with me, and maybe I try and come up with something to talk about during the loading periods, and maybe make it a little bit more interesting. Maybe throw some news in there, or answer questions that are in the chat while I'm streaming. But while I'm playing, I will not be able to focus on comments made, so I will comment, or I will reply and comment during the loading times when we're in between matches and in between scenes. That's the way I'd rather do it. But that's about it for now, so stay tuned. I'm going to say roughly 7 p.m. It might be a little bit later because I got to barbecue chops and everything like that yet. So, like I said, bear with me a little bit. This has been a very trying week. Lack of sleep and all the other crap that's been flooding my schedule and keeping me from doing what I love doing, and that's being here talking to you guys, working on my car or my son's car. You know, it's trials and tribulations, people. But thank you for paying attention. Thank you for listening. And if you are not a subscriber, like I said, always hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit the little bell. You'll get all the notifications that when I upload or when I live stream. That way you're always informed. And like I said, you're interested in getting involved in this indie scene that I'm putting together with the 2k17 game. It's for PS4, so you have to have a PS4 character on the network so I can download. If you want to get involved, please comment below and inform me, because I will add everyone that wants to be involved. If I have to end up doing 2 shows a week for this indie scene, I don't mind. I really don't mind. So, like I said, time to build this community up, people. I'm enjoying myself now. I've got my game system finally. I've got starting to see some movement on my viewing, on the views on my my podcast. So I'm enjoying it. I think YouTube's starting to get a little bit friendlier towards us wrestling-related content podcasters. So I'm hoping that's the case. Or maybe I just hit the right niche finally, and you guys are starting to pay attention. Who knows? Stay tuned. Like I said, roughly 7 p.m. If it's going to be a little bit later, I will inform you by posting on my Twitter. Thank you very much, and I will see you in a couple of hours.